In the shadow of grandeur and power, within the walls of Herod's palace, a somber whisper ran through the corridors. Herod, the tetrarch, haunted by guilt and fear, spoke to his servants in hushed tones. "This is John the Baptist. He has risen from the dead, and that's why miraculous powers are at work in him." His mind was troubled, for he had imprisoned John, the bold prophet who dared to speak against Herod's unlawful marriage to Herodias, his brother's wife. The air was thick with tension and uneasy silence as Herod's birthday approached. The celebration, a display of decadence and royal splendor, took a dark turn when Salome, Herodias' daughter, danced before the court. Herod, enraptured by her performance, promised with an oath to grant her whatever she wished. Prompted by her mother's vengeful heart, Salome demanded John the Baptist's head on a platter. Herod, though filled with remorse, could not back down from his oath in front of his guests. Thus, John's fate was sealed, and his disciples later buried his body, carrying the news to Jesus. Meanwhile, Jesus, upon hearing of John's death, sought solitude, but the multitudes, hungry for his words and healing, followed him. In a deserted place, as evening approached, Jesus' compassion overflowed. Despite the disciples' concerns about the lack of food, Jesus performed a miracle, feeding over 5,000 with just 5 loaves and 2 fish. This act of divine providence left everyone in awe as they collected 12 baskets of leftovers. Later, Jesus sent his disciples ahead by boat while he retreated to the mountains to pray. As night fell, the disciples found themselves battling a fierce storm in the middle of the sea. In the darkest hour, Jesus appeared, walking on the turbulent waters. The disciples, struck by fear and disbelief, thought they saw a ghost. But Jesus' reassuring voice calmed them. "Be of good cheer, it is I, do not be afraid." Peter, emboldened by faith yet besieged by doubt, stepped out onto the waters towards Jesus. But as the wind howled, fear overtook him, and he began to sink, crying out, "Lord, save me." Jesus immediately reached out, catching him and chided him gently for his fleeting faith. Once Jesus entered the boat, the storm ceased, leaving the disciples in profound worship, acknowledging him as the Son of God. Finally, upon reaching the land of Gennesaret, Jesus' reputation as a healer had spread far and wide. The sick and suffering came in droves, hoping merely to touch the hem of his garment, and all who touched it were healed, a testament to the boundless compassion and power of Jesus.